Today's episode of the Farrell Podcast is brought to you today by Talbot's Tap Room and Terrace. Talbot's Tap Room and Terrace, 787 Mercer Grove City Road, Mercer, PA. Dining room hours are as follows: Monday and Tuesday closed, Wednesday and Thursday 12 to 9, Friday and Saturday 12 to 10, and Sunday 12 to 8. For reservations, please call 724-269-7687. It's Talbot's Tap Room and Terrace, 787 Mercer Grove City Road, Mercer, PA. Now let's start the show.
Welcome to another episode of the Farrell Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10. I am the leader of the Ballhead Nation, the mayor, the landlord, Mark P. And to my left, dressed all up in Louis Vuitton
Don't do that.
with the fresh braids, like
That's beautiful.
showing
That's
face.
velvet.
You know what I'm saying? The number one, the top dog, the leader of our family, the all knowing, beautiful.
Rochelle Brown.
And last but not least, it's the man with no kneecaps, former patella tendons, biggest back in the Southwest region, your man DJ Rich Stacks. What's going on, y'all? How was y'all week?
Good old yum yum eater man. You can't leave that out. AKA the Fat Ambassador.
The Fat Bastard. It's
Yeah,
not a cuss word.
Fat Ambassador.
It's an honor that's been bestowed upon me by the good people at the Furrow Podcast.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Shoot, man, I had a good weekend. Just worked a little bit and everything, but this weekend is going lovely so
Yep.
far. I finished up from my one job last night. I'm off from both jobs until Tuesday, so
Well deserved.
currently everything is going good. I'm having a lovely weekend. My beautiful sisters are in town, for Resurrection Sunday,
Yes,
and
sir.
Oh,
everything is going great this weekend. I cannot complain at all. If I did, ain't nobody gonna listen anyway.
no. Nobody want to
Facts.
hear it.
They don't care.
Sis, how's things going for you?
Everything's wonderful. I'm happy to be home, my hometown where I graduated from Farrell High.
We'll go
But
do with that.
yeah, just happy to be home to see my family. Happy to see my mom, my brothers. I saw my niece last night, brought my daughter home with me. She's home from college, so it's all good. It's always good to come home. Always good to come home. I love coming home. And I wanted some fish last night. I went to TNT and got me a fish dinner last night because come home and get anything. Somebody's always cooking something,
Oh, yeah.
Heck shit,
you know.
heck shit. And then uh, when y'all come home, y'all like to get your wings and stuff because
Yep,
don't nobody do wings like how we do here
yep.
with the flavors and
For
everything.
sure.
Heck shit. So I ain't even mad at you. And had I known what time y'all was coming, I would have got you some fish off of your people's good Jeff Gordon.
And you know
Oh, yeah.
what? That's what I really wanted. I wanted Jeffrey Gordon's fish because Jeffrey got the best fish. I've had his fish before. And so maybe I get some today.
I got me and mom some last Friday. I got us a good haddock dinner, and it was so big and crispy. Everything was good and nice
Mm,
and hot. I got there just as they was getting it together, so I was able to enjoy it nice and hot. Mom enjoyed hers hot. It was
yeah.
it was good and well worth the money.
All
Yep,
right.
yep. Jeff had that fish banging down the triple D's, man. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having one of them fish
Yeah.
sandwiches right now.
Hey.
Just about to say Triple D's was
Yeah,
fire.
man.
Oh, and
You
look,
go down there,
check it out today.
mm,
Be coming down there.
and don't forget Rosie's sweet potato pies. That
Oh, really?
uh,
Ooh, yum.
little personal.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
That's
yeah,
See what I'm
that's
saying?
one of my
Home.
weaknesses.
That's
Yeah,
home. That's home.
yeah, yeah. Big time. That's
Loving it.
yeah,
you can't get that nowhere but here in the F.
yes, sir. But as for me, my week started off with what we had the show on Monday. Dope show with my man Rich Gordon.
Fast shout out to Rich Gordon.
Yeah, yeah, that's inspiration right there, man. That's motivation. We had the interview on Monday. Tried to chill on Tuesday. Rest this bum wheel. Had an MRI on Thursday. I'll get the results back from that. They're trying to tell me I need surgery, but I'm trying to go with the good man above and trying to not claim that
That's right.
That,
surgery means I'm going to be out longer. And right now, it's killing me to be out from work. I'm a goal type person, and sitting around drives me crazy. But other than that, we went and got our stuff for Resurrection Day tomorrow. Um, you know, chill, spend some time with the family, just chilling.
oh, what's on the menu, Fat Ambassador?
If I tell you, you're going to embarrass me.
Yeah.
But it's the usual, man.
Go ahead and do
Uh,
that.
it's the ham. You know, you have your ham on
Gotta have that
Easter.
ham. Gotta.
Mac and cheese, green beans.
Traditional.
I might cook some asparagus though. That's non-traditional. I love asparagus.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite
And it's
vegetables.
Okay.
healthy.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what tomorrow is, don't you? We're gonna have broccoli tomorrow too. We're gonna have a whole lot of broccoli tomorrow. Yeah,
Ah,
we're gonna have a whole lot of
yeah,
broccoli
yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be a beautiful day tomorrow.
As my brother Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg said, hey, 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 hey.
Hey,
Yes, sir. I already feel you. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And if you know, you know. Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Other than that, I'll just do it all. I was saying pre-show. I'm just happy to be here, man. Through all the struggles and everything that people go through in life, it's just a pleasure to be here in presence and see and be seen. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then also, not only is, beyond Resurrection Sunday, the
Symbolism.
symbolism
Yeah.
in that, as far as we can pass over to regular life, and associated with springtime,
Mm,
as everything is a newness, a
yes.
refreshness, so renew your mind, do new things, not only spring cleanings, do some spring cleaning in
For the
your life
soul.
for
For the
the
soul.
soul and
Yes, sir.
everything. So use this time to hit the reset button, refresh, renew your mind, and on a spiritual level, just, move with positivity in your life.
Yes, sir.
That's all I wanted to say about that.
I feel you, fam. Tap back in because sometimes we check out, but you got to be present. You got to put in the work. If you want something, you got to work hard for it, and
Actually, you
that
got
goes for health, mental wealth, and prosperity.
absolutely what you think it says, because people, if you know, I get all of my knowledge and
It's a
everything of who
fountain of
I
knowledge.
am. I attribute to my big sister
Mhm.
because she instilled so much into me, and still to this day, to be consistent and never give up, and it's always going to be a way, So I get all that from my sister. Everything that y'all see, and it's because of her.
You gotta share that knowledge.
Yes,
Knowledge is powerful. And if I know something, it ain't gonna do no good to keep it to myself. So I
exactly.
gotta share it with my family, my friends, you know, and and also, this weekend is all about God, how He
Hmm.
died for our sins.
Amen.
They put Him on the cross unjustly.
Hmm.
So it's really that's what this weekend is about for me. Just you know, doing the right thing, being with my family. That's love.
Yep, yep.
God
Mm,
is love.
Yes.
yes, ma'am. And to piggyback off of what you saying, we used to have a saying back day in our generation: "Each one teach one." It's my job. If I know something, it's my job and responsibility to pass it off
Yep.
and keep the knowledge going.
Heck shit. Absolutely, man. And let's see what we got for the stew today. There's always something good for the stew. I thought you knew. Crack a brew.
We mixing it up. We mixing it up. The stew is sizzling this
Go
weekend.
ahead and get you a
Okay.
plate.
Uh, well, if you like me, you've been getting text messages. Text messages saying that I don't know, you missed like $3, $4 on the toll coming back from Pittsburgh when you know you ain't even been in Newcastle. Uh, right.
Dig it.
Um, it's a
Dig it.
scam going on nationwide, folks.
You
You
tried to
got to
get
be
me.
careful. There's a scam that's going on, it's taking place worldwide. I mean nationwide, and it's affecting those in Mercer County too, specifically here in Farrell. It's a scam sending out text messages saying that you've either went through a toll and didn't pay it, and you got X amount of time, and you're gonna get penalized for paying this toll up to not limited to $350.
And you're gonna lose your
And you're
license,
gonna lose your license, and other legal litigations might
registration,
come through.
all that.
This is a scam that has been reported by the good people at the Internal Revenue, not the Internal Revenue Service, but the FBI, and they are stating that the main thing you want to do is if you get one of these text messages, do not, and I repeat, do not click the link. There's also been reported that they're sending out Amazon text messages. Package can't be delivered until you pay $5 or $6 fee. Do not click the link again.
Don't.
Don't do it.
They advise you to take the number that you're receiving the text messages from, block that number. There's going to be multiple numbers until you keep blocking them, but above all, do not open the links. that they're sending out with these scams.
Yeah, right, and that's right. That's right. You got to dodge it. You got to dodge it. Do not get caught up in that little web. And in other news, I seen that last week the police stepped to someone's house. It was a call, and long story short, they end up shooting the dog. And the story's been talked about all over the social media and everything. And it was done in Farrell, and it was on the Farrell police.
Yes, sir.
People wonder why, and I also wonder why. Now they know they have to take necessary precautions. Now, the first line of defense in training, I know for an animal is the mace. Then you will have the taser
Taser.
gun. Now, the gun is last. Your firearm is side pistol should be serviced last
Yeah,
out of those three. Now, we are wondering how did that happen to where it was taken straight to the extreme and you service your sidearm pistol.
yeah,
I don't know. People want to know want to see the footage. It said that Gatewood, the chief,
yeah. Chief
he
Eric Gatewood.
just dismissed the whole case, further saying that uh, the dog did approach the officer
The
aggressively and
aggressive man.
everything. The people want to still know answers, and how come they can't see the footage, whatever. But I do understand. I don't know if because I know that was on the docket for Trump at one point in time for the footage not to be released. I don't know if he moved just that fast for that to happen. I don't know because wasn't that on the docket for him
Yeah,
for the footage to be protected to where they didn't have to show. So I
they
don't know.
that was part of the process of him saying that he was going to give officers full immunity. But as reported by WFMJ TV 21, like you said, Chief Eric Gatewood said that the body cam footage proved that the dog was being aggressive. And I think if you think so, you should let the people see.
Right.
If you deem that that dog was being aggressive, but not only discharging the firearm, is discharging the firearm in the presence of children and killing the animal in the presence of children.
That
That
part.
was a beloved animal. I don't know about y'all, but every time I lost one of my animals, that was like losing a family member. And
Yeah.
that's why after I lost my dog, my Rottweiler Sajari, I vowed to myself I'd never have another animal again. Because that's like losing a family member.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's trauma.
it is.
Yeah.
That's something that these young children is going to have to deal with for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. And Shell, y'all had a dog, right? A
We
dog named
did.
what?
We had
Toby.
a dog named
And they
Toby.
said this. Go ahead, Shell.
Yeah, our dog was named Toby. It was a hunting dog. Uncle Sonny gave us this hunting dog because he wasn't a hunter. And so he gave it to us, and oh my gosh, Toby was like the dog of the project. Okay. Like when we were down, that was down when we lived in Peyton Place. And those who
Hmm.
know about Peyton Place, that's when we was down on Wallace. Toby went to everybody's house, but Toby got hit by a car, and man,
Mm.
that was devastating. That hurt our hearts. Like, and I ain't no dog lover, everybody like their animals. As I got older, I decided, I didn't want a dog, but that hurt, to lose an animal. That was our dog. That was our family.
Yeah, that's a family member.
As a family member. So yeah, it was devastating, to see our dog get hit by a car.
And then y'all say that because obviously me and Jermaine was probably not even born.
I
You
wasn't
know what I'm
around. That
saying?
wasn't
So
even thought about.
okay, yeah, you said he was like looking out the windows and all that
Oh
stuff, and he
yeah,
was so
well,
smart.
yeah, yeah. Well, my mom was out of town that weekend, and we were staying at my grandmother's house down the hill. And so every time we leave the house, he'd run up to the window and look out the window, and we were like, "Someone's in the house." We thought someone was in the house, and we were telling my grandmother, "I'm like, Granny, someone's in our house, and they're hiding. As soon as we go back, they hide." Here was here was the dog. Granny go up to he'll had her get a little pistol,
Oh,
got a little pistol, put it in her pocket,
your
like we
granny
gonna
was a
go.
gangster.
Yeah, Granny was a gangster. But yeah, here was, it was the dog looking out the window watching us leave. So
Oh man, that
yeah.
is too funny. God dang. Bridge Davis, what's happening, family?
What's up, man?
Thank you for tuning in. Good morning to you, sir. We
Yes,
greatly
sir.
appreciate you for tuning in each week and to each and one of our faithful subscribers to tune in early Saturday mornings or whether it be a Monday evening. We thank you. We greatly appreciate you. And here at the Podcast, we want to motivate, inspire,
Educate
educate,
and
and
entertain.
entertain.
Yes, sir.
That's right. So power to the people. When you
You
see
see
me,
me,
you see
you see
you.
you. True indeed, bro. Got some more stew for you.
Oh, what you got?
Pastor Jamal Bryant's Target Fast.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I
bruh.
like him.
Our numbers are powerful. Uh, it's been proven that since Pastor Jamal Bryant and the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta started the Target Fast, that Target's numbers have dropped 17% since the beginning of the year. So we having an effect, bro, in a positive way. Sometimes it ain't what you say, it's what you do.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Sis, how has that impacted you, and are you what have you done as far as
Oh,
that
well,
adjustments?
I was never a big Target person. I
mhm,
didn't shop at Target a lot, but I tell you what I did do. I didn't renew my Sam's Club membership.
that's what's up.
I didn't renew it. I used to get gas at Sam's. I used to do everything at Sam's. I
Mhm.
was like, you know what? They don't want my money. I mean, they don't like me. I don't like you. So I was like, we good. So I just decided to cancel. And I'm like, I'll go to Costco. So I haven't got my Costco's um, card yet, but I'm going to Costco's because they like us,
Oh yeah,
you know.
and they got better food.
Healthy
Yeah, man.
food.
I always go off to the left.
No, no, no. They because we're gonna talk about food.
Oh
They
yeah.
have healthier foods, you know. Now it's got some healthy food too.
Mhm.
Did you know when we get later in the show? You know, this ain't my show,
So,
but right. But later,
yes, yes. You're host.
okay.
Host for the show
Later,
today.
we'll talk about Costco's versus Sam's and better foods and what we put in our bodies and
Yep,
stuff
yep.
like that. So
Absolutely. And then I seen our guy, what Martin Lawrence,
Yes, sir. Turn 60.
turned 60.
oh,
Big 60, man.
Yeah, golly,
Yes, sir.
far icons of entertainment and as far as comedy goes with him, yeah, it's amazing to see him still able to do stuff. And it was a lot of people that came out to pay tribute to him. Of course,
Will Smith.
yeah, Pam, Gina, a lot of young
yeah.
comedians came to, pay him a due. That was pretty dope, man. So
I ain't even gonna lie. Martin is one of me and Nick's go-to shows, bro. Watch it. I fall asleep to Martin every night.
you
I
can.
will wake up in the middle of the night laughing from hearing it.
Martin and Gina.
Like that's one of my favorite characters though. Got to be Hustle Man. My fat shout Tracy Morgan. He was there too. Shouting out Martin. The one episode where your boy was like, "Trying to help you out, Chief."
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, what your boy say? He said, oh, that chicken feels so tender. That's what Gina said. He said, yeah, pudding. I got a special recipe. I marinate my chicken in pork and bean juice.
Tracy Moore, and later on, and seeing some behind the scenes stuff, and they said a lot of that stuff was just ad lib. He said
Yeah,
Martin used to just like let him go, like, man, well that's what you're doing. Go ahead and do you.
classic television. And I love to see when like Martin to catch like Tommy off guard or like Pam. The one episode she was like, "They're magically delicious." And Martin could not contain himself, bro. That was real true good TV back then, man. I
Absolutely,
shout out to the
bro.
brother Martin Lawrence on turning the big 6-0.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And then what else we got on the stew? Man.
We got the PA elections coming up, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I have to
Uh,
tap into our good buddy, Mr. Tim McGonigal. Fast shout out
sir.
to Tim McGonigal. Keep doing your thing on the land, putting boots on the ground and rubber to the road and knocking stuff out.
Yes, sir. Uh, November 4th, of course, coming up this year. November 4th is going to be a pivotal and crucial election. But, with the big but, I say this. Pause. May 20th
Mhm.
is our local election. Um, Fast shout out to Jess, man. Jess the Mac.
Oh
She's
yeah,
running for city council.
yeah.
And you know what? It's time for us to get some people younger than us,
That's right.
but still are motivated to do good for the community.
And
So,
shout out to Patrice Lee too. I didn't mean
yes,
to cut you off, bro. Who's going for uh Board
school,
of Education, school
yeah, school
board,
board.
school
Yes,
board.
sir.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
she's going for the school board. Let's get out and vote and do our due diligence to get behind these youth, these young, willing, powerful young black women who's giving up their time. They do have families, so they're willing to sacrifice some time to take on these new positions within our city infrastructure to help get things better.
Yeah,
And they have our youth at heart and in mind. So let's support them and get out there and make sure we vote and get them into the positions they need to be to continue to help push our city forward.
for
Fast
sure.
shout out to the mayor. Kim
Hmm.
Dawes. Fast shout out to the city manager,
Sean Anderson.
Sean Anderson.
So
Thank you guys for doing a great, phenomenal, sensational, incredible job on what you're already doing. And power to the people. When you
you
see
see
me,
me,
you
you
see
see
you.
you.
They are the epitome of that.
Yes,
It's weird
sir.
me to say that because I was a hot Jay-Z bar. We say that because it's so real, and it applies to several people that I know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But statewide voters will be deciding on three key state Supreme Court seats that are democratically held. We got to get out here and vote. I might not know the candidates, but if they got a D behind their name, Democrats, you got to support them. I'm just saying, if we get Republicans to be predominantly head of House in Pennsylvania and the state Supreme Court, we
Y'all
might
in
be running
trouble.
into some issues
Y'all gonna be in
because they
trouble.
doing gerrymandering, y'all. They doing district rezoning to where our votes might not count in future elections due to them changing the voting district. So it's very important to get out there and vote, not just in the general elections, but in your primary elections. Those are more crucial at times. Make sure y'all get out and vote on May the 20th.
America's already in trouble.
Yeah,
Y'all better get out there and
Yeah,
for
vote.
sure, for
yeah.
sure.
And to the Democrats, the potential Democrats just thinking about and planting seeds and planning to get into these spots, let me tell you this. We got to act like the Republicans and get more aggressive and
Yep.
do things that, because they're doing things that everybody laid back. Oh, they can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. And they did it and
Mhm.
doing
Doing
it.
it
So
anyway.
now it's time for us to get down and do the things that they're doing because they letting you know and we seeing in real life time
Yep.
that it can be done and they doing it. You see, the Democrats always have cared a lot about what people are going to say and the
Hmm.
backlash. It's time to
Image.
put that stuff to the
Image.
side
The
and
pomp and
move
circumstances
aggressively
done,
like
bro.
how the Republicans have done and will continue to do to get their stuff done. They're moving like that. It's time for us to move like that as well, the
Exactly.
Democrats.
No, we don't move like that. We want to move better than
Better than that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but like with that same effort and due diligence, is we gonna get done
that.
stuff done regardless of who says what.
Right.
That,
Yes,
that's what
sir.
I'm saying.
Right.
Like, we gotta take our good policies and agendas
Yep.
and move forward and quit thinking about, well, we gotta appease this crowd or that crowd. The Republicans are just moving their stuff forward, not caring about who got what to say or what. Is my
Yeah.
people with me? Let's go. And that's what I'm saying. We need to have that mindset. Is you with me? Let's go.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. And sometimes, like with football, you gotta study the Steelers more than you know the Browns at times. You gotta study the Republican Party, bro. The
Yeah.
Republican Party is good at laying out groundwork, doing their homework, studying to see what works and implementing it
Hmm.
and not deviating from their plans.
Right.
That's what the Democrats have to do.
That's what I'm saying.
This plan that they implemented right now with the Project 2025, that didn't start in 2016.
Nope.
That started way back. I don't know if y'all remember when George Bush was on, he said there's going to be an era of a new world order, the first George Bush. That plan, this plan was manifested and started back in the 80s,
That's what
my
I'm
guy.
saying.
So we got to start planning for our kids' future, just like they did. But like Sis said, we ain't gonna be like them.
Right.
We're gonna be better than them.
That's right.
Absolutely. 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 And then now one of the special segments that everybody know and love, they always be asking me, come see me, Mon P. We have a minute with Mon P. Where my theme music though?
Oh, my bad. 8 second delay. It's a minute with my P.
This
Tried to help
week's
you out.
winner,
Appreciate the
Mon
background
P,
vocals.
is the Easter egg hunt today at the Twin City Elks, held for the kids. It's starting at what time does it start at? At 2 o'clock? Yes, sir. I was right this time. 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It'll be food, music, fun, and candy bags. Free for all the kids in the community. That's right. Sharon, Hermitage, Charlottesville is for the whole Shenango Valley at the Twin City Elks today from 2 to 5 p.m. It's going to be a good DJ there, great music, fun, candy. Hey, you can't beat it. Donations by the city of Farrell, and it's 301 Staunton Avenue, Farrell, for the people that don't know where the Elks is located. free admission, and you also will be able to meet the Easter Bunny, and they'll be taking pictures for the kids. So step on out today from 2 to 5, and take the kids on down to the Easter egg hunt at the Twin City Elks. And this week's minute with Mon P was sponsored by none other than us, the Farrell Podcast. And here at the Farrell Podcast, we want to educate, motivate,
Motivate
inspire, and
and
entertain.
entertain. Indeed. Oh, well, speaking of entertainment, it's time for
What's that?
In the Booth with Rich Stacks.
Oh, Mr. Big Back.
Yeah, Mr. Big Back. Yeah, with the tracks
Yes, sir.
and the sounds. In this edition with In the Booth with Rich Stacks, we got a few hot albums that just got released this week. Starting off with Godfather of Harlem. It's one of our favorite shows. Me and Mike, like, did you watch this week's
Yeah, I
episode?
watched this week's
Bruh,
episode.
I told you the Gigante chick,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
she
yeah.
she she on something.
She doing her thing. She
But
doing her thing.
spoiler alert, I think she's gonna get whacked by her dad. Oh, never mind. Let's not get into that.
Nah, loyalty, man.
No, Godfather of Harlem showcases works by Swiss Beats, an artist that had performed title tracks and theme music for the show. It's a definitely good listen to. Um, I recommend track number 3 on there, as done by my man Swiss Beats. It is hard. Next up, we got my man, good Wiz Khalifa, Pennsylvania's own. We got the Cushion Orange Juice too, by Wiz Khalifa, fam.
I listened to a
Um,
couple tracks on
I
there.
got a chance to listen to about 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I was in an altered state of consciousness. I was vibing out, and this is some good music, man.
So far, it's the
Yeah,
Taylor Alderdice
yes,
field for me.
he's
So
went.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
he
it.
went
I
back
like
to
it.
his old school flow, and I'm liking it because I had a little issue with Wiz over something. Fat Shout KB was discussing season 1 on the show, but I digress. I'll let that go. It's good music. Next up, we have Harry Hilson finally released another album, fam. Harry Hilson has a new album out. It's called We Need to Talk. Love.
Oh,
And this is a dope feature. It's a little EP. She got 7 solid songs on there. Is it a no skipper? No, but it's good tunes to listen to. And Fat Shout, the artist Sir, his project Heavy Deluxe, Delight.
yeah, yeah. I'm on Sir. I follow a little guy on TikTok. He always features brand new R&B music and everything. He had a couple cuts on there from Sir and a couple other artists, but I'm on to him. I like
Yeah,
his music. I like what he brings to the table. It is some good R&B.
kind of reminds you of a cross between Bryson Tiller and R. Kelly.
Like I said, people
Yeah,
always be like, "Man, R&B is dead."
no,
No,
it
it
ain't.
ain't. No, it
You
ain't.
just gotta dig. You gotta dig to look for the good music.
That's
It's
right.
out there.
That's
And,
right.
and last but not least, doo, 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 West Side Gunner, man. West Side Gunner got his new project out. Hey, it's one of my favorites, man, from Griselda. Hands down. Uh, the title of the album is Hell Has No Eyes, and it's an EP. It's a good, solid body of work.
Man, he just all right for me. He's at least
I know you got it.
all the ones in that crew. I like the other two more than him because
I
yeah,
feel you.
his style with it. I really don't care for all that like that. Yeah,
I like the wordplay and the metaphors,
I
man.
like
And
Conway and Benny. Conway and Benny is the hardest out of them. Yeah,
yeah,
like he's my least favorite out of
I
the
like
three.
it.
Yeah,
I just like him, man. I did. He brings the animation to the crew. Like, just saying,
yeah. Sis,
can't go
what you
wrong with
on
West
right
Side.
about now? What you listening to?
I don't know. I don't listen to a whole lot of music. I'm old school. I do old school music.
Actually, I know you R&B.
Do
What you on?
Oh, Kendrick Lamar is a little old, older now, but I be liking his songs. Like,
Yeah,
Actually.
Kendrick. So I've been listening to him, but I don't listen to a whole lot of music. I work a lot.
What my
I
brother
retired, but
listening
I
to?
work.
What my brother listening to around the crib now?
Knows what he listening to
Yeah,
because he's still working. He be vibing in the car.
heck, so that's
So
my guy.
yeah.
That is my guy. Cause I know the one time. Well, I know out on Uncle Sonny's when I played the music for us at the fourth and stuff. It seemed like every jam I throw on, you always like you hip. You don't miss a beat. You know what
mm,
I'm saying? So you be up on everything.
But I don't know the name of songs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the
So,
artist. I just
okay.
know the sound. That's all. I'm one of those type of listeners.
I used to love when I get the folks when you DJ and they'd be like, "Hey, it got the lyrics in," and it'd be like, "But I'll be back next time." And I gotta go through my memory roller next thing. I'll be back next time. But 9 times out of 10, I'll find the song.
Well,
I just
just like the Luther song, I was like, "Play if this world were mine,"
no.
and so I just did that not long ago when I was down for my stepmom's funeral, and I was like, "Play if this world were mine," and they're like, "You mean the Luther song?" I'm like, "Oh, right, that's what it's called." All right.
Mm, mm, mm.
Uh,
But we all get like that sometimes. Like,
Look, live long enough, y'all gonna be just
no,
like
no.
me.
They
Keep it.
didn't put you.
What was the words in the theme song? The good times. Good times. Anytime you need me,
Hey,
baby. Good times. Time for me to
good time.
But the one bar, everybody always,
When they say, "And the hands and men's hand now."
no, it's eating in the child line, bruh. And then the child line. I always thought it was shaking in the
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We all have problems with
Making up your
lyrics and
own
songs.
words, right? Right.
Shoot. Or the all-time great. Mama say, mama say,
Mama say,
stop.
Mama sa, Mama kusa.
Come on, that man said, I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm not gonna
Mama
stop.
sa. Yeah.
Saying so.
Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. I swear to God, that's what Mike was saying.
Yes.
Mama say, mama say, mama
Mama
stop.
sa.
But come to find out, she
Man,
said,
people
I'm gonna
say,
say it one more time. I'm not gonna stop. Yeah, so I feel you.
and then come to find out, we had people that was in our community. Yeah, that's why he for yeah, we united forever.
Made it mean something quick. No, we do.
I heard Uncle Charles from down south say that one time.
Yeah, yeah, Kunsha. Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Yeah.
well, Bryce,
Brucia.
Yep, yep.
Uncle Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry Karate.
Say it
Jerry
down south, how to take up the Jerry.
Karate.
Kunsha. Oh man, I'll be saying that for
Hard. Hard.
hard. Yes, yes, for like 2 whole years after that.
Yes.
it's, I
Like, keep
remember,
going.
I remember back day hearing the legend of Mr. Camardi walking from Chirac, South Carolina to Farrell, Pennsylvania.
Ooh,
Shorty. I heard a story from my Aunt Mary, God rest.
wow.
She said that Mr. Shorty got upset down there, and the people that he came with wasn't ready to leave, and he was ready to go, and he left from Chirac and walked all the way back to Farrell, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Hands down, that got to be one of the toughest stories. I say, how long did it take him to get
Oh,
back?
dude.
They said about 6 7 days, but he made it back by foot.
Dang.
Goodness great. Hey, Kevin, Jason Cromartie, Kevin Cromartie. I need this confirmed.
Yeah, I just want to know if it's true,
Please
but I,
do
I
some
heard,
family digging. Shelly, both the Shellys, Misty. Hey, we need facts, ideas.
yeah. But Mr.
I want this.
Camardi, he walked a lot like around the
Yeah.
community, and that was one of my heroes, man, because he always had a good word for you.
He definitely was a
Yes,
walker
sir.
and be walking fast and like, oh my gosh, yeah, good old aunt. When all of them used to be down at the state house down the Idaho.
Oh,
So that's where my Aunt Mary worked.
Yeah, if you
remember
know, you
Aunt
know.
Marge making the good old fish sandwich.
Ooh.
No, no, no. That was somebody else making the good fish sandwiches. I can't think of her name. Anyway.
But I just know we used to go down there with Merlin and sit at the bar and get the coldest cans of Cherokee Red,
Ricky
you know
Red.
what I mean?
Yep.
Or some Cotton Club Orange or the knee high peach, you know what I mean? And a good bag of chips or something,
Yep.
Snyder Berlin chips, and sit
Yep.
there.
Oh
You
man,
know,
Yep.
back day, man.
Snyder's.
just they
Yeah.
do.
Just Snyder
Have
Berlin.
them down our
The
way.
barbecue,
Best
the
Yes.
barbecue was the
was
best.
oh
Yes.
my god, that
Yes.
seasoning
Barbecue.
is
Yes.
unmatched.
Barbecue with the red bricks on the bag. That's how
Mhm.
old I'm dead
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
Snyder Berlin.
yeah.
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 And then they salt and vinegar potato chips.
Or the old school wise barbecue potato chips, the white bag with the owl on it, rest
Yep.
of soul. DA from PA put me
Yes,
on.
sir.
Yeah.
DA from PA put me on to the wise bag with the white and red print on there. And they just tell them about the Broccoliers, but I never liked them until DA from PA. Those and the wise onion and garlic.
Yeah. The onion and garlic was good.
Messing around with
Yeah.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
good old DA from PA. Hootie who,
Who
DA
do
from
you?
PA with the CA.
You
Yes,
down
sir.
with me? I'm down with you.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was one of the hardest freestyle battles I ever
Oh,
had in my life.
was it? What?
Was in the VFW. Like DA from PA had bars, bro.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
Him and then fast forward, his son. I had to freestyle Dookie T from Tennessee. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's what we call Terrell. That's an affectionate
That's
name. We
the
is.
good stuff ever.
In Tennessee.
Oh, he is so funny. Yeah. Oh, and before we forget, the In the Booth with Rich Stack segment was sponsored by
The good people at the NAACP.
NAACP.
Charge it like my man P say. Charge it to my mind and I'm hard.
Chapter 2273, our local NAACP, and all the great members. Please, please tap in with the NAACP, become a member, become an active member, put boots to the ground. You know what I mean? We always need more people this part of this great organization. And we also have the oldest chapter of the NAACP here in Mercer County.
Yep.
It's historical.
Yes.
So not only that, be a part of history here with our local NAACP chapter. I encourage you all to as well. You can get a month to month or become a lifetime member.
Remember, yeah. I would
Tap in
suggest a
this month.
lifetime.
Yeah,
I would suggest a lifetime. And do remember, y'all, it ain't always about money all the time. Time is the most valuable thing we got, and if you could donate some of that, that would be truly valuable too.
that's right. Fashion
Donate
out
your
to
time.
Bubba. What's up, fam?
What's up, bro?
Thank you for tuning in. Good morning to you. That's right. What's up, fam? We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. And
Always.
now we come to the best. Well, I mean, one more P is the best second things, but this is the
This is the best part of the
where
show.
we have our interview segment. And today we have a phenomenal, strong, spiritually guided, not only the matriarch of Lois's family, her 5 kids, a great mother, a great daughter, a great church leader, community leader, aunt, a great aunt, so many things. My sister have always many hats she's wore, and she's led in so many ways. You know, not to mention one of the fashionistas of our family up in here with the good Louis Vuitton on, with the fresh braids like Coach Dawn Staley. She up in here giving me good Coach Dawn Staley vibes.
And if
Y'all
you can
can't
see them
see it,
Nikes,
you know what I'm saying? Because we can't get the close ups, but up in here, fresh to death, stay fresh to death. Inspired me in so many ways.
Well,
Um,
my son keep me fresh on the Nikes,
yeah.
and my daughter.
Um, had a great tenure and great story and journey at Liberty Mutual. Not only did she start from just the agent and rose through the ranks and became a great top top executive with the company of Liberty Mutual, have also helped get friends and family employed through Liberty Mutual and was able to pull people up. And today, we have none other than my beautiful, fabulous sister, sensational, incredible, to say the least,
Thank you,
Rochelle
bro.
Brown.
Aw,
Rochelle Peterson Brown. Rochelle Peterson.
oh, bro.
As Kim Dawes say, Rochelle Peterson, but Rochelle Brown.
Full
Rochelle
government
Brown.
name. Thank you. I'm happy to be here on the show and to share a little knowledge with you guys about my experience. You know, I never knew, like, I didn't grow up saying I wanted to work for an insurance company. No one really grows up to say, I want to work for an insurance company. But, it just happened to fall that way. Actually, I was living in Morgantown, West Virginia, working at the bank. I was a bank teller. And mom told me that Miss Ernestine Chapman told her that they were hiring at Liberty Mutual. And because, mom, Miss Ernestine and mom were friends and they knew that I was trying to move back home. And I came home and I applied for the job at Liberty Mutual and got the job. And I started off as a key punch operator. I was just, me, Colleen Keller, and Janet Gabbins. And then just from there on, I decided I didn't want to be in Farrell anymore. And I decided to moved to DC because I always had a desire to move to DC. And then my brother Mark,
Rest. Yes.
in peace, my brother.
Yes,
But
sir.
he was already there, and so I was like, I'm going to DC, and I transferred out, and from there on, it was like, I just kept moving up, moving up. I got to tell you this one story though, how I moved up because I applied for this job to be a service rep three different times.
Mm.
And all three times I applied. The first time they hired someone from within. The second time they hired someone that didn't have as much experience as I did. They just
Hmm.
hired someone that didn't look like me. And then the third time they hired someone from outside the company that didn't do well and then so when I tried my fourth time, because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep pushing.
Hmm.
I'm going to make them keep telling me no, and I'm going to make them give me a reason why. And my fourth time that I applied, I got that job as a service rep,
Mm.
a customer service rep. And that's when I was doing, just auto, home, and life insurance. I would just, change policies, add a car, take a car off. Somebody got a new home, you
Hmm.
ensure that, we did all of that. But the thing that really stood out for me was the life insurance piece. When I learned about the life insurance of it, I was like, wow, this is big. And because you hear about so many people dying
Mhm.
who don't have life insurance. And I said, that's not going to be my family. I'm not gonna let my family leave this world, and we gonna have to. And back then, they ain't have GoFundmes,
Yeah.
but I didn't want us the family to have to gather money. You're already devastated that you lost a family member, but you don't want to have to
Go
be
through the stress.
devastated and go through the
Hmm.
hassle of trying to collect money to bury them. So I was like, that ain't gonna be my family. I took out a policy, and I wasn't even making a whole lot of money back then. I was broke back then. Trying to pay my rent, but I was like, I'm gonna have some life insurance for my family.
Hmm.
Took his life insurance out on Lamont, Jermaine, Mark, and I didn't have to worry about Lynn because Lynn had her, Lynn was together
Yeah.
but I took it out on all of it, everybody, and my mom, because back in the day, they used to have life insurance agents come to the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I asked mom, I said, Mom, do we have life insurance? What happened to the policies? She said, Oh, those policies, they lapse. And that's when I was like, oh, we got to get some
Yes.
insurance, and then back then, Lamont Jermaine, they was, always in fights and
No.
stuff going on. I'm
Heck
like,
yeah.
Lord God, please save my brothers. They always had stuff going on, and I was
Up at
like,
the high school, fighting in the gym.
it's always. And then they went from fights to, some. I remember somebody got fought with a gun.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it just got ugly, and I was like, Lord God, I got to get
The
these
bar fight
cats.
stuff.
Yeah.
These cats got to get some life insurance.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I mean, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on life insurance.
Mhm.
I talk about life insurance because I'm passionate about it. Um, but life insurance is expensive. But if you take out life insurance when they're kids,
Mm.
when they're babies, I took my life insurance out on my daughter when she was like 2 months old. I think her payment was like $112. And I took a whole life policy out. I still pay $112 for that policy.
And that's money.
Oh, for the life of the policy.
Hmm.
Now, again, insurance is it's you could buy a term insurance and you could buy whole life insurance.
Hmm.
There's two different types of policies because life insurance can be expensive, especially the older you get, it gets more costly
Yes, ma'am.
because you're a higher risk, you got more ailments, you've been to the hospital, your body just deteriorates over time. But, term insurance is like renting an apartment.
Hmm.
It's like renting an apartment. So when you rent an apartment, when you move out of that apartment, you might get your security deposit back
Hmm.
if the place is the way you left it. You know, that's like a term policy. You get a 20-year term. After 20 years, the policy's up. So 20 years later, well, let me start all over. 20 years, if you get a 20-year term policy, the policy only lasts for 20 years.
Hmm.
So things might have happened within that 20-year period of time. You got to reapply for more insurance after
Mhm.
that 20 years, because it's only going to last you for 20 years. But it's a cheaper policy, it's a more affordable policy.
Mhm.
But then if you go with a whole life policy, which is called permanent, because term is temporary,
Mm-hmm.
whole life is permanent. It's a permanent policy. It lasts for the life of you, for your life.
Okay.
So you're going to pay a little more for it, but it's like owning a home. When you own a home, you're putting equity in your home. Every time you make a payment, you're building up your equity in your home. When you get ready to move out your house, you got that equity you get back.
Mhm.
Same for your life insurance policy, your whole life. I always say whole life insurance is like having money under the mattress because
Mhm.
you could pull money from a whole life insurance policy. You can't pull money from a term policy. And I'll tell you, when I was laid off, I got laid off from Liberty Mutual and I was laid off for 18 months. That's a long time to be laid off. But guess what? I pulled money out of my life insurance policies to help me live,
Mhm.
and that came from that permanent whole life insurance policy. So GoFundMe's is good for those who want to go through that struggle, but GoFundMe doesn't do the job. Start early. We have people who have these $1,000 baby showers for these kids.
Mhm.
When you ask people, if people just pay all this money for baby showers. Take that money and buy your baby a life insurance policy.
Yep.
Facts.
Buy your grandchild a life insurance policy because you're going to save at the end of the year. And let me tell you, policy I took out on Lamont and Jermaine was a 20-year pay life insurance. So after 20 years, the policy is paid up. You can keep paying into it if you want to, but or you could stop paying, but the policy's paid up. You don't owe anymore. You paid for it for 20 years. So that's the type of policy I got for them.
Mhm.
And so after the 20 years is up, I don't have to pay any more into it. I kept paying into it until I got laid off. When I got laid off, I'm like, okay, I can't keep paying for their life insurance. And no, I didn't turn it over to them when they got older. I could have, but again, I paid into this policy for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to turn it over to them for them not to pay it if they're not responsible? I'm not saying that they are not, but I'm the owner of that policy and I put too much sweat and tears in it. I
Mhm.
bought those policies when I was poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I keep those policies, but if something happened to any of my immediate family, Lamont, Jermaine, Lynn got her own, my mother, they are covered. They are covered by a whole life policy. I ain't asking nobody to give me anything to bury my family.
Mhm.
Okay.
I feel
So
you.
if you don't do nothing else, if you don't take nothing else from this segment, go out and buy some life insurance for your kids, your grandkids, because and on top of that is generational wealth. Do you know
Yes.
people do this all the time? And I'm not going to just say
Mm-hmm.
people, Caucasians do this all the time. They go out and buy hundreds and two hundreds and $1 million policies on their kids.
Mhm.
And then when they die, they're leaving generational wealth for their kids. Their kids don't have to struggle, go through no struggle because they didn't pay for these policies for these kids. And I gotta tell you, the Cromarties did that too. Merlin Cromartie, they did that too with their family. So when they would have each family member would put a policy out and leave their sibling as the beneficiary. So each sibling would nominate another sibling. So that's what they did. And that's how they continued living. They got land down there in North Carolina. You know what I mean? We got to start doing that for our kids. We can't be dying off and leaving our kids with nothing. Like when I leave this world, my daughter's not going to want for nothing. My son is not going to want for anything because they are taken care of. I got policies out for everybody, even my doggone husband. Everybody is insurance. Yep, I'm insurance poor, but guess what? If something happened, I ain't got to worry
Don't
about
worry about
worrying
nothing.
about
Yeah.
nothing. Everybody's covered. So that's
Definitely.
my segment on life insurance. I could go on and on about life insurance because it's near and dear to my heart.
Mhm. I had to find out the hard way when my mom passed. like I was saying pre-show, she had paid into what she thought she was paying two policies. One was for 25,000, and the other one was for 45. The 45 naturally they're going to take away from you, the one with the most money in
Of
it.
course.
They gave me the 25, and I had $25,000 worth to work with to put my mom to rest in a respectable manner. But that left me without being able the ability to get her a proper tombstone. I say that to say this: it's good to have multiple insurance policies. My thing is, when I depart this earth, I do not want my kids worrying about anything because losing a matriarch or a patriarch of the family is already stressful. Losing anybody in your family is stressful enough.
Yeah.
But to have to worry about coming up with the fundage to make sure that your bereaved one is put away the right way is truly unnecessary stress. So it's always good to have multiple sources of life insurance.
Yeah, 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 and make sure you don't get these like these insurance policies you see on TV.
Hmm.
You have to have it for a period of time
Yeah.
before it kicks in. You don't want those policies. You know, I mean, and they say they're cheaper policies. Yeah, they're affordable. But if you get a $2,000 policy and you paying $64 or
Uh-huh.
$84 a month for just 2,000, and then you gotta if they die within that first year, you only gonna get out of it what you put in it.
Hmm.
You ain't gonna get that 2,000.
Nah.
You gonna get probably whatever you paid for that year. So find you an agent and find you an agent who can sit down, talk to you, get you something that you can afford. Now, even if you can't afford to get a permanent insurance, a whole life policy, start out with term.
Hmm.
Because some term policies, if you talk to your agent, if you get a good agent, they'll say, you know what? We'll start you out with term and then we can convert it over to whole life.
Hmm.
They can convert it
Mm-hmm.
so that the money that you put in, you ain't just losing it. It's gonna go and transfer over into that permanent life insurance policy. So again, there's all kind of ways, but talk to a life insurance agent and sit down. Like I said, Colonial and all them on TV. Yeah, that's all good. I'm not dissing any insurance company because they're if you got some insurance, that's good. But sit down with an agent so they can really talk to you. If you own a home and you don't have life insurance, when you die, somebody got to pay for that house.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You better, the life insurance going to cover that, if you take enough out. So again, there's so many things that life insurance could do for you other than in the event of your death. Again, I say life insurance is money under the mattress for me. I use that. That's what I use it for. Money under the mattress. When I needed it when I was laid off, I needed that money. I used it. So,
And that's the part that I really wanted you to harp on and really give insight as you did as far as uh insurance is not only for in the untimely passing of people, but it can also be beneficial
Hmm.
for while you're living, and you
yeah.
can invest into that. So
Yes.
you know what I mean. We'll take out of that, as an equity, and use it for anything.
Or if you're sick, if you come down and you have cancer and you ain't got like long to live, you can pull money out early to help you out. You know what I mean? Oh, and the other thing I really wanted to harp on is if you have life insurance at your job,
Hmm.
that is wonderful. But guess what? With this, what's going on in the world today, when people are losing their jobs, when you lose your job,
That
that life
insurance is
insurance
gone.
goes with you.
Yep.
So, because I've talked to people
See.
all the time on the phone, they're like, "Yeah, well, I have insurance on my job." Yeah, but what if you lose your job?
Mm.
Then if you've been at this job for 20 years and you've been paying for that life insurance, when you leave that insurance is gone. You got to start all over. You get insurance while you're young, get insurance while you're healthy, because when you're healthy you pay a lower price. When you're young you pay a lower price, but as you get older you become a higher risk,
Yep.
and when you're a higher risk you're going to pay a higher price.
Hmm. I was talking about that pre-show again. Like I'm trying to get two more policies. And back when I was younger, in my 30s, the first life insurance policy that I let lapse, being foolish. And don't make that mistake. If you make an investment, I put money into a life insurance policy for 19 years. And when hard times hit, I chose other things over that life insurance policy. That was foolish. Don't be foolish. Extend that life insurance policy Skip that pack of cigarettes, that 6 pack of beer. You don't need that Popeye's chicken. Pay on your life insurance policy.
Yes.
That's
For real.
yep.
I'm
And,
just being honest.
and you use the word invest.
Invest
It's
because
an
it is an
investment.
investment.
Yes,
It
it is.
truly is an investment. Uh, the other demographic we was talking about earlier, Caucasians, they use it as a bank. They use that. Life insurance is like bar. It's a double entendre. It ain't just for when you die. It's for your life.
When you
If you
live,
got unexpected emergencies, like you said, pop up medical emergencies, or say for instance, you want to go on a nice vacation, you want to treat yourself, you can borrow against that insurance policy.
you can.
Just make sure you put that money back in there, though,
Yep.
so it's there for your kids in the future.
Or if you don't put it back, pay the
Pay
interest.
the interest, yes, ma'am.
You gotta pay the interest.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's right. And speaking of foolishness and investments and health, don't be foolish. You have to make healthy investments. And
Investments,
we was
yeah.
talking about health earlier,
Mhm.
and you brought up an app. And
Yes,
for those that don't know, we about to put you on game. Big Sis came with the Barbie approved app. She just put us on to. You can go to your app store and download the Barbie approved app. And I'll let you explain about what that is,
yeah.
sis, and take it away.
Well, because we talk about life insurance because life insurance is for when you have health conditions and you pass. But let's talk about our health because our health is important too. What we put in our body
Yeah,
causes us all kind of health issues.
truly.
Inflammation. We taking on chemicals. Like, we got the FDA out there that's supposed to be watching over us, but I don't think they're watching over us. I think they're allowing chemicals to be put in our foods. So what I've started doing, well, I'll just say I started a 40-day fast. I went on a 40-day fast
mhm,
and I had to give up. I gave up two things that I knew that was a real sacrifice. I used to smoke and I used to eat a lot of sugar. And I didn't realize that was going to cause me, I was going to have to give it up anyway. So so my teeth, I had bad teeth. I had deep pockets in my teeth, and I got periodontal disease, and I had to stop eating sugar, and I had to stop smoking. You know, and God already prepared me on my 40-day fast because I didn't realize that was going to happen until after the fast. So anyway, I started watching what I put in my mouth. I started watching the foods that I eat. Do you know that all your vegetables are sprayed with pesticides? Pesticides is a chemical, So if you're at the store and you want to taste the grape to see if it's sweet, you're eating
Poison.
pesticides. It's poison.
mm,
You know, Grapes and strawberries are one of the two main fruits that the pesticides are sprayed over, and it's kind of penetrating inside the fruit. So try to buy organic fruits. But another thing that I use, we talked about that Bobby app. I started using this Bobby app. His name is Bobby Parrish. Follow him on Instagram. He's on YouTube, but he'll go around to the different stores, Sam's Club. He go to um, um, Costco's, and he always go to Costco's and introduce different foods that are healthy for us, that's good for our bodies. I'll say that uh, uh, we just did a Bobby app on a drink that Richard was drinking today, and it wasn't Bobby approved because
Uh-uh.
it has chemicals in it
High
and
fructose corn
high
syrup.
fructose corn syrup. You know, we got to stop feeding our kids the cereal.
Mhm.
Cereal is the worst for our kids. I use that Bobby app whenever I go grocery shopping now, and I scan my foods because everything has chemicals in it. All of our foods that we're eating has chemicals, and we've got to save ourselves. And you may pay a little bit higher for organics or buying foods that don't have chemicals in it, but what do you want to do? You want to pay higher food costs, or do you want to pay higher medical bills? That's what you have to look at. How do you want to spend your money? I spend my money on watching what I put in my body. Your
Mhm.
body is your temple,
Yep.
and you got to take care of your body because the government don't care about your body. You have to care about your body. I've lost a lot of weight by watching what I'm eating. I don't eat a lot of crackers and snacks. There's all the snacks that your kids are eating. It's just totally bad. Anything that says natural flavors seems like that would be something good,
Yep, yep.
right? Don't it seem like it'd be
Mhm.
something good for you?
You would
Till you
think.
broke it down to me.
Natural flavors ain't nothing but a chemical.
Yep.
Mm,
Nothing but a chemical. I drink water, you know.
Hmm.
Or if it has real fruit juice. But of course, if it says real fruit juice, I still scan it with my Bobby app
Hmm.
to make sure that it's not a chemical added fruit juice.
mm,
So we gotta take care of ourselves so that we don't have to use our life insurance.
Yeah.
You know.
But you were talking about cereals for breakfast, and I learned. I watched a whole lot of television lately, and I was watching the History Channel last week. The foods that built America.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I watch that show a
Kellogg's.
lot.
Kellogg's was the one that implemented breakfast being the most important meal of the day
Yeah.
to try to help get the farmers out of the Great Depression, moving corn and grain. And that's why breakfast became our bodies, melanated people, for the most part, ain't meant to digest food that early. You're
Nope.
supposed to get food, you're supposed to eat to live, not live to eat.
Yep.
So your first meal is technically supposed to be midday.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a recharge. You get you a little bit of fruit.
Yep.
That H3O, the fruit water is the best water.
Mm-hmm.
Coconut water, if you could take it, I hate coconut water. I cannot stand the taste of coconuts. But if you get you some electrolyte water, replenish your body.
Scan it first.
Oh yeah, scan it first. You got to make sure you didn't put me on that. You got to scan
Mm,
everything
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ain't even meant to really eat breakfast first thing in the morning. You're supposed to break your fast. That's what breakfast means, breaking of the fast, midday between
Mm-hmm.
12 and 1.
Yeah, I seen something more uh real lemon, the fruit lemon,
Uh-huh.
a little piece of ginger,
Hmm.
and like warm
Some pink
water.
Himalayan
Yep,
salt.
yep.
Yep.
With just that. I
Hmm.
seen ginger, lemon, warm it up, and you hit that, and it
Hmm.
like help coat your stomach and get you going for the
Yeah.
day. And
Release those electrolytes
yeah,
inside your system for a natural
yeah,
energy boost as
yeah,
opposed
heck
to
yeah.
drinking the poisonous stuff that I just found. It's sitting over there too. I'm a soul sip this drink today. Just messed up. It might put me on to the drink. Like, you need to stop drinking that Red Bull. You're messing with your kidney, your heart. You know you got a heart problem. You fat. Never mind. He ain't called me that. I ain't gonna put him out there like that. But no, no, it's one of my favorite drinks. I get it at Lux. Like when I pull up at Lux, you already know, pack of Newports. I gotta put that too, y'all. I know I stopped, and I'm gonna do it again. But don't go ahead and say it. That Arizona energy drink, man, is crucial. Like that's how I start my day.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it down though
Time
for the
for us to
betterment
make
of myself.
adjustments.
That drink that he's drinking, we found out that it has inflammation in it. It causes
So
inflammation.
that's where the gout was coming from.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
God dog.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
boy.
find it real quick so that I could tell you what's in it, which
Mhm.
is not good.
Not at all.
Mm.
I can't find it but
See,
y'all keep talking.
but then mostly everything, uh, and all the white stuff is bad.
Yeah.
Flour, sugar,
Sugar, rice.
yeah,
Yep.
rice. See, but I was talking to another one of my health buddies, and they said the basmati rice, but that's right, right?
The
Basmati.
Byzantine.
It ain't as bad.
No, it
They
ain't.
said
And jasmine rice is
Jasmine
good.
rice
Is good
so
for you.
jasmine rice,
rice.
but
I
brown
like the
rice,
jasmine.
whole grain rice.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that is the
And
best.
believe it or not, oatmeal ain't even good
nope,
for you.
nope.
God dang.
Nope.
Oatmeal ain't even good. There's certain oatmeals that you have to eat.
Nope.
Bobby it
I
was
love
talking
the apple
about different
cinnamon, and I
oatmeals.
know that
Yeah.
ain't no
Steel
good.
cut ones are good, right?
Steel cut is good, but
Steel
but
cut.
some you still got to
Okay.
scan it. I can't sit here and tell you, but I'm just gonna go about that Arizona drink, that energy drink.
Get him.
Has high fructose corn syrup, glucose fructose
Toast.
syrup, natural flavors. It says the fructose syrup is processed and refined sugar, may be linked to poor gut health and inflammation.
Oh.
The natural flavors are not natural. So,
Mm,
they try to fool us on that
Hmm.
natural. Because when you think natural, you think, oh, it's natural.
right.
No, it's not. It can be made with hundreds of ingredients
Damn.
Yep.
to make it natural, and that's not cool.
Not cool at
So
all.
corn should be organic or non-GMO and can have elevated glyphosate levels. So again, we are putting all this bad stuff in our bodies
Hmm.
Yes.
and we're causing our own problems. We don't even know how we get cancer. No one has diagnosed where cancer comes from. It may be coming from some of these chemicals that we're putting in our foods.
Namely,
If you're eating a food on a regular basis that's highly chemical, you might be getting cancer because of that.
yep,
Take care of your body because it'll take care of you.
yeah. They say sugar might have a lot to do with the levels of cancer in the African American
Sugar
community.
is the worst.
Yeah.
Sugar, do you know sugar feeds bacteria?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I found out about my mouth.
Mm.
Sugar feeds bacteria, and that's not good.
Mm-mm.
So if you're on sugar, and I had a whole addiction to sugar. I used to eat M&Ms with peanuts, and I'm thinking because I had the peanuts in it, it's not half as bad. Oh my God, the dye
Yeah,
alone on the different
Yeah,
colors.
God.
The red dye.
you know, this current administration we got, they got somebody that's running the FDA. He was a member of a prominent political American family. I'm not going to say his name neither because he did. The dude is kind of loopy, but there is a few things that he has targeted, like I don't know, fluoride in the water. Fluoride is a cancer causing agent.
Yeah.
It should not be in the water. Why are you putting something that kills people in the water? I agree with him on that standpoint. And the chemicals and the dyes that we put in our food, he's going against those. So even out of a horrible situation, you might get one or two good things. So if they strike down the fluoride in the water, why not put vitamins in the water
Right.
as opposed to putting fluoride? The dentist says for your teeth. Calcium does the same thing for your teeth that they say to build the bones in your body. Fluoride causes cancer. Why would you put that
I
in
don't
the
even
water?
brush my teeth with fluoride toothpaste.
No,
Mm.
I
no.
use a toothpaste that has tea tree oil,
Yes, ma'am.
and I use a mouthwash with tea tree oil.
Mm.
I don't even fool with it. I
I,
don't fool with nothing because fluoride is not good for
nope.
you.
No.
And then also that I don't use deodorant anymore. With my favorite deodorant was Degree. I do not use deodorant with aluminum in it.
Yep.
Fat shout out to my daughter, my oldest Riri, Reese Hughes. She put me onto that. He said, "Dad, I noticed like lymphatic system. My I get knots up under my arms from wearing deodorant.
Me
That's from
too.
that is from the
Yeah.
aluminum in your deodorant. May
Oh,
I suggest you switch over to aluminum free base deodorant?
Use
like
your
what?
Bobby app. Your
Yep,
Bobby
yep.
app will tell you
The
what you
Bobby
need.
app
Bobby
will
app.
tell you.
Yes.
She gave us a jewel today, fam.
Could you put that back up there for the people to see
Bobby
again?
app.
The Barbie
It's
app.
not
The
only for
Barbie app is
food.
gonna
It's
change
not only for
lives.
even the body wash that you use,
Yep,
even the soap that you're using.
yep.
Like, yeah, that
And I
Bobby
bet
app.
most of y'all didn't know
Wow.
that solid soap bars. Most of your solid soap bars, you know where they come from? The grease from the fast food restaurants. They use that as a base for their soap.
Dang. Okay.
So you washing up with French fry grease, my guy.
Barbie app. Okay. Bad. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbie app is gonna be beneficial and life
Yes.
changing. I'm
And
telling
Loom.
guess
you.
what, y'all?
It's
It's
ready.
free.
Yep.
It's a
The
free app.
Bobby app is free, but I scan everything. I scan anything I put on my body. I scan anything that I put in my mouth.
Mhm.
I'm really, really taking my health
Serious.
serious.
Yeah, because your time and your health is two of the most important things we got. It ain't always about money, y'all. It ain't always your health. If you ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. You know
Nope.
what I'm saying? Fat shout out to Victor Phillips. He put me on this mission to try to first lose weight. Always see Vic jogging around Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
And I seen he made that garden, and that's what my plans are. If I got a good will to get back out there, me and my daughter Gabby is planting the health garden out back.
Good. Good.
We're gonna make sun tea, but not tea, ginger root.
All tea ain't
Uh,
created
no,
equal.
no, no, not at all. Me personally, I like green tea with a hint of
Green
ginger in
tea
it,
is
some
good.
lemon. Set it out in the sun. Absorb them good vitamins that's coming from the sun. You ingest that, you'll be doing a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yogi tea is a good tea.
Oh yeah,
A tea brand.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yogi.
so
Yeah.
Yogi is Barbie approved.
Bobby
I'll be
approved.
approved.
I'm on
Yep.
it. I'm on
Yep.
it. No more
Yep.
lifting. Lifting,
Yep.
you're done.
Oh yeah.
All Yogi.
Because you know what? There's stuff. Just think about what's in that tea bag.
Hmm.
What's in that tea
I
bag?
don't know. Not the sleepy time. The
Yep,
Yogi.
Scan it. The only thing I can say is
Okay.
scan
Okay.
it. Just
Yogi.
scan.
yep, yep.
Scan.
Yogi, here I come.
And then y'all be amazed sometimes at how many. All right, I ain't trying to. My woman get mad at me for doing this. My brain is filled with useless facts, but it's useful sometimes. You would be amazed at how much the FDA lets get into your food, like animal parts, insect parts per million. Y'all got to research. It is a whole lot of stuff I don't eat or drink anymore, just for the basic facts of reading up on what you're taking into your body. Since the beginning of the year, I done dropped another 40 pounds. So I think I'm doing all right.
That's good.
The big back is my Nick said it's a schmedium back.
Mm, mm, mm.
Working out too. I mean, not only
Yeah.
taking care of your body, I work out 3 days a week.
Mm,
I go to a body pump class 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
in
I
the
start
morning.
my day with a workout. Again, I just had to take a different approach. And it all began with my mouth. Now, I was working out before I had the problems with my mouth. I started that over COVID.
Hmm.
When COVID hit, I was like, oh man, I ain't doing nothing but sitting in the house eating potato chips and getting fat. So I decided, let me just, go and go to the gym.
Hmm.
But well, I wasn't going to the gym. I was going out walking. I just
Mm.
walked because walking is really good for you too.
Oh yeah.
And then it got cold and I started the gym. But yeah, you got to work out on top of that. Again, we got to take care of ourselves, guys. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? I don't know what else to say. I'm on a health kick. I could talk all day about health, and about chemicals and pesticides. I'm always online. I took myself off of Facebook. That was another thing I got
Facebook
off.
fast. I noticed
Yeah,
that because
I was on a Facebook
I seen
fast.
your post. I was trying to get some information from you. She's like, I'm taking a 40-day Facebook.
I took a fast. Yeah, I took a break, but I don't even go back on because you know what I'm doing now? I'm on YouTube looking at Bobby Parrish,
Mhm.
Dr. Living Good. I'm pulling up those things. There's another lady that I listen to that talks about the things that we put in our body, especially for women's health,
Mhm.
and women who have breast cancer. We've got to take our lives serious,
Indeed.
if you want to continue to live. I had my baby at an old age. I was 42 when I had my baby, and now she's 21. She's going to turn 22. See her graduate from college. I
Hmm.
want to see her have a family, get married. But if I kept going the route that I was going, I wouldn't be here to see her. I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but you know what? I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I stay
It's
here. I
extended.
know God has the final say, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do my part. I got to do my part.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And just like how you went on your fast, I went on my fast, although it was a while back, but it was a life changing moment for me. Fasts are beneficial, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Not only on the spiritual level, because a lot of people associate fast with spirituality and they be like, oh, this and that, but whatever, go on a fast and it's good for you. Fast for yourself, fast for your body,
Hmm.
but it's undeniable. It's still a spiritual aspect to that. You know
Yes.
what I
It
mean?
is.
Because everybody will be able to fast. Well, everybody will fast different, because
Hmm.
everybody's body can still need a few things. So some people may have to can do just a cold turkey fast. Some people might have to do a fast and fast from things in moderation.
Yep.
But whatever you do, you know, do it for yourself and do it, make it according to how your body is adjusting to the fast. But I
Hmm.
encourage each and every one to, if you can, to tap in and do a fast. It
Yep.
can be a midday fast, as in, okay, when I wake up, I'm gonna fast from 7 to noon.
Hmm.
Or you might be able to do a whole day fast, or a couple days, and or a week, or like
Intermittent.
me and my sis did, a month or
Yeah.
40
more.
days.
I
But
did 40 whole
Yep.
days. And you know what? I never did a 40-day fast before ever. And I just was following this church online. I follow Alfred Street Baptist Church
Mhm.
online. And they do it every year. And every year I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And finally
Tap
I
in.
Did it.
totally like I'm going to do this.
Hmm.
And I did. I just ate fruit and vegetables for most of the fast. I didn't even eat meat. And I'm
No
telling
fish.
you, I did eat fish,
Fish.
but
Gotcha.
not on a regular.
Gotcha.
Because when they gave up, it was like no meats at all, not even fish. I gave it up.
Same thing.
So, but it reveals some things to me. So when you go on a fast, sometimes it will reveal a whole lot. I was just going on a fast just to stop the sugar and the smoking, but it revealed a whole lot more than just sugar and smoking.
Hmm.
It revealed, what I put in my body. It revealed some things how I was living. Revealed some things about my marriage. Oh, my marriage is still solid,
Hmm.
but it revealed a whole lot of things. I spend my time on YouTube watching sermons, looking up, like I said, Dr. Living Good. I look up. I do follow Bobby Parrish. There's a whole lot of stuff that I do on YouTube, but
Hmm.
I gave up Facebook. Facebook is crap to me. Facebook ain't nothing but a whole bunch of garbage for me. That's just me. Some people like that. I've outgrown it, and not to say that I'm above anyone. I'm still at the same level. I just chose to do something different with
Hmm.
my free time.
I feel you.
Absolutely.
I noticed on Facebook, the thing with Facebook is it seems like every time I open that platform up, I see somebody that I knew pass, and I know death happens, but continually seeing it or seeing bickerments happening, like I don't need that. I like to laugh more than anything. That's why I like spending time with this dude over here. Keep you in stitches. Also give you drop jewels on you at the same time. Um, Around this time of the show, uh, we present our guest host with gifts.
Oh, I love gifts.
And we asked you this question that my man KB started season 1 of the platform. If you had some words of wisdom to go back and tell your 16-year-old self, what would it be?
My 16-year-old self, I would. Hmm. Let me think. I didn't think about that. If I had to go back and tell my 16-year-old self something, I would say that I would spend more time on learning how to invest. And I say that because I on top of my fast, I joined an investment club.
Hmm.
So now I'm investing in stocks and stuff like that. And I would have done that a lot when I was younger. You're never too young to get involved.
Hmm.
And people's like, "Oh, with the stock market the way it is now, you shouldn't be investing." It's just not you shouldn't be investing. You have to watch what you're investing in
Yeah.
because still
Hmm.
there's things out there that are still going. Tractor supplies. People still buying tractors and stuff
Hmm.
like that. That's a good investment. You
Apple.
know what I mean?
Apple's always
Apple's
going to be
another
up
one.
there.
Like I said, I would if I had to go back to my 16-year-old self, I would have invested in the stock market.
Hmm.
I would have done that.
There's a company right now I'm thinking about investing in. I hope I can get in at a decent price.
Now's the time to get in because it's
Blackwater.
low.
If you know, you know Blackwater.
Okay.
It's government. They got a government contract, and yeah,
I'm gonna look that up.
Elon Pelon got something to do with it.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm just following the money trails
yeah.
when I make my investments. Even though it might be penny stocks, it's still an investment.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's what I would have done. My
Good, good.
16-year-old self.
Dope stuff. Dope stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, sis. We thank you for coming on and dropping a whole wealth of
Yes,
knowledge
sir.
and then some. Greatly appreciate you, love you.
Love you more.
And we thank you for tuning in to all our faithful subscribers. We thank you once again. Uh, Power to the people. When you see
See
me,
me,
you
you
see
see
you.
you. Indeed,
And here on the Furrow Podcast, we want to motivate, educate,
educate
inspire, and
and
entertain.
entertain.
We thank you for tuning in. Oh, and stay tuned for our next episode coming up April 28th, Monday, April 28th
Yes, sir.
at 7 p.m. Per
Oh,
usual, we will have Coach Billy Dungy,
yes, sir.
the head coach of the Hickory Hornets, on the show. So,
And for alumni.
hey, that's
Yes,
right.
sir.
Pearl resident, Pearl alumni, ex-Furrow resident. I believe
Yeah,
he's staying in Hermitage now, but
yes, sir.
Furrow standout athlete who turned Hickory head coach. We'll have Coach Bill Dungy on, like I said, once again, 7 o'clock, Monday, April 28th. So tune back in. And thank you for tuning in once again
For
to the
sure.
Furrow Podcast. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you for your continuous support. May God keep you. May God bless you. Peace out.
One love always, y'all.